Salut à tous. Eh bien, ce matin, me voici, après les Croates hier, les Slovènes Joker Out qui participeront à la seconde demi-finale demain. Hello guys, how are you doing?
Hello.
Hey, very well, thank you.
Yeah, we're great.
I've been asking this question to all artists. Can you say anything in French?
Oui, oui, la baguette.
Well,
Voulez-vous...
Careful with this. That could be a bit rude.
But
Depends.
Lazara taught me that, so I
Did
thought
she?
it was, yeah.
Oui, oui, la baguette?
Yes,
She said?
Yeah. I know the from the commercial the voulez-vous pâté avec moi.
It's from a pâté commercial.
I don't know if you had it. Maybe it was only in
En
Slovenia.
Slovénie, ils ont donc décidé de pâté. Voulez-vous du pâté avec moi? Yeah, usually it's voulez-vous coucher avec moi. I guess it's kind of...
Yeah.
It's Slovenian French.
Yeah. D'abord, je vais leur demander comment ils se sentent avant la seconde demi-finale. So, how are you feeling before the second semi-final?
I was
Ready?
very confident, yeah. Like most of the second rehearsal went great. We're very happy with how it looks, how it sounds. So I think we can expect a good second semi-final, I think.
Yeah.
Donc, ils sont assez confiants. Tout s'est très bien passé. Donc, ils pensent que you think you're going to qualify. You have to qualify.
We have to. We
have
agree.
to.
I mean,
Ils doivent se qualifier. Some people compare your song with the Maltese song in the first semi-final as being the happy entry. And how do you feel about this? Certains comparent un peu la chanson slovène à la chanson maltaise de la première demi-finale, à savoir un groupe de garçons joyeux, un truc de frais. Do you think it's a good comparison or no? It's totally
that's
different.
actually the first time I hear somebody compare those two songs. But okay, I guess I understand where you're coming from, and I think it's the best possible way to be presented that we are the guys who spread love and joy, because that's really what we are, what we want to do. So we're happy that we have been given that label.
Ok. Donc c'est la première fois qu'on leur dit qu'on les compare aux Maltais, mais en fait ils sont très contents qu'on les compare donc à la chanson Happy, on va dire, de cette seconde demi-finale. You've chosen to perform in Slovene, not in English, which is clever, I think. But why? Because usually Eastern countries, I'd say, go for English. Ils ont choisi d'interpréter leur chanson en slovène. Et je leur demande pourquoi, parce qu'en général, c'est vrai que les pays de l'Est ont tendance à opter très facilement pour l'anglais.
Well, we think Slovenian is a beautiful language. We've gained success that we have now singing in Slovenian, and I think we're also most honest writing in Slovenian. We also have a few songs in Serbian, which is also Bojan's, the singer's native language, but we thought that was just the right thing to do, since we are a Slovenian band. Slovenia is beautiful. We're representing our country, and we our favorite songs from Eurovision have always been in their native language. It doesn't matter which country it was.
Even this year, all our favorite songs are in their native tongue.
Yeah. Okay, so you're not for Sweden then?
Well, we're more
You're
for
for Finland.
Karia and Lazara.
Donc en fait, ils chantent en slovène dans un souci d'authenticité, ils aiment leur langue, ils trouvent que c'est une très belle langue. La plupart de leurs morceaux, de toute façon, sont en slovène ou en serbe, qui est la langue du compositeur. Et ils nous précisent que de toute façon, cette année, leur préférence sur toutes les chansons vont aux chansons qui sont dans les langues nationales. Speaking about Slovenia, Slovenia sent many songs to Eurovision now, since 1993.
Yes.
Do you have one model among all the artists that took the Slovenian flag to Eurovision? La Slovénie participe depuis 1993, donc maintenant il y a un bon lot de chanteurs. Je leur demande s'ils en ont un qui leur sert un peu de modèle.
Well, we have a collective favorite. It's Samo Ljubezen from Sestre from 2002.
That was good.
Tallinn.
That was good.
That song is actually one of the biggest evergreen hits in Slovenia. People know it's from Eurovision, but when you hear the song, you're not thinking about Eurovision usually, because it's such a huge song, and it only rightfully so.
Yeah. Donc leur référence, alors faut remonter loin, c'est 2002, c'est le groupe Sestre avec Samo Ljubezen qui est devenu en Slovénie un hit, même en dehors de l'Eurovision. So today people still listen to Samo Ljubezen.
It's a huge hit, like everyone knows the lyrics, so it's still like played at parties, like usually. And I think it's also the only like evergreen hit
From Eurovision.
Like from Slovenia.
Ok. Non, en fait, la chanson Samolio Bezem, c'est très simple, elle est encore jouée aujourd'hui dans toutes les boîtes, etc. en Slovénie. Et de toute façon, d'après ce qu'ils disent, c'est la seule chanson slovène de l'Eurovision qui a vraiment eu du succès et qui est devenue un hit. Let's forget about Eurovision for a second. You have projects. I listened to your new song this morning, Elvis Costello, New Wave, beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Thank you so much.
How can you tell the story? How did you meet Elvis Costello and what's behind this project? Donc, je leur dis, on oublie un peu l'Eurovision. Il vient de sortir un nouveau morceau, New Wave, avec Elvis Costello. Je vous le conseille, il est sur Spotify. Et je leur demande un peu quelle est l'histoire derrière cette chanson.
It's quite an interesting story actually, but let's say we know a good friend of ours here in Liverpool is Steven, and he's a very good friend of Elvis. And in 2019, when we released our first big single in Slovenia, which was called Gola, Steven showed this to Elvis, and Elvis liked it very much, and he approved of us using the term shagadelic rock and roll because he appears in the Austin Powers movie where we took that phrase from. But that was kind of it for that time, and then last year we threw out our second album. We released our second album, and on it was a song called Novi Val, which translates into New Wave. This time Elvis listened to it by himself, and he was really inspired by the song. And he was so inspired he actually proposed to write English lyrics, and we were of course very down for that. And then after he got those down, he said he wanted to collaborate as a duet, and of course we said yes.
Oh, so the song existed before?
Yes, the Slovenian version.
Ah, the Slovenian, ok. Donc la chanson New Wave, donc, qui vient de sortir, c'est une version qui a été écrite, traduite en tout cas par Elvis Costello lui-même, qui les a contactés par des amis communs. Donc c'est une chanson qui existait déjà sur leur second album et qui a été traduite so it has nothing to do with being in Liverpool, actually. It's just a coincidence.
I mean, it kind of does, because we also decided to go to Eurovision because we know it was going to be in Liverpool, and we, at the time when we were deciding that, we already knew that we were going to be doing this with Elvis, so it was only like it seemed like the stars aligned to do this. There were many universal signs that we should go.
Ok, on va dire cette chanson que c'est une coïncidence. Hein. Ils ont décidé de participer à l'Eurovision parce qu'ils ont su que c'était à Liverpool, et le fait que ce soit à Liverpool et que l'un des chanteurs les plus connus de Liverpool, à part les Beatles, c'est Elvis Costello, mais voilà, tout s'est embrayé les événements les uns après les autres. This year, Slovenia decided not to have a national final, to skip EMA. If there had been EMA, would you participate in EMA, or no? You just wanted to be internally selected and not take part to a local competition?
Yes, we would. That was our initial plan. We were like writing the song for the EMA competition, and like we saw there weren't any like. There were like no information about EMA competition this year, so we like called RTV and we were like, okay, so we want to apply for EMA. What's happening? And they were like, yeah, there wasn't going to be an EMA. Would you want to go? So we were kind of offered this opportunity and we couldn't refuse it. Like we wanted to go to Eurovision even before we had been invited.
Okay, it's actually what happened in France.
Yeah,
exactly. Donc en fait, je leur disais, cette année, la Slovénie n'a pas fait son EMA traditionnel, sa sélection nationale. Donc ils n'ont pas vraiment été choisis en interne. Ce qui s'est passé, c'est qu'ils avaient créé cette chanson pour participer à l'EMA. Voyant que rien n'était annoncé, ils ont appelé directement la télévision slovène qui leur a dit pas d'EMA, on vous choisit directement. Et donc les voici aujourd'hui à Liverpool. Last question, guys, is going to be a personal one. I'm going to Slovenia next month.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Yeah.
Nice.
What should I see? What should I eat? What should I do? Donc je leur dis juste que je pars en Slovénie dans un mois, donc je leur demande des conseils pour profiter de mon voyage.
You're probably going to Ljubljana, right?
No.
No?
No. Novo Mesto.
Novo Mesto. Why are you going to Novo Mesto?
That's right. I like challenges.
Okay, well, but still, I would definitely advise you to go to Ljubljana. Everybody who's been there said they loved it, and it's a really nice city. Also, there's this very famous place, world famous place in Slovenia. It's called Bled. It's this lake with a little island in the middle and a church on it.
And the rowing man.
Yeah. That's the most famous picture of Slovenia, let's say. But it's very touristy, but still it's very pretty. What else would you say? Postojna Caves, maybe?
Postojna Caves, yeah.
The biggest karst caves in Europe or something like that, and you go with a train through through this huge cave, and it's really beautiful.
Yeah, like Slovenia has thousands of caves, some of which are like also in the UNESCO. So I heard also that Škocjanske jame are beautiful, the Škocjan caves.
Yeah.
And yeah, near Novo Mesto, you have a lot of vineyards, so I think you're gonna enjoy that.
The food is really good where you'll be, and the wine also. I especially recommend the red wine if you're down for that.
Yeah, but wine and food. I'm French.
Yeah, I mean that's what matters.
And like you have lots of sausages and stuff like that.
Alors les conseils de Joker. Alors si vous allez en Slovénie comme moi, allez voir Ljubljana, allez voir Bled, la petite île au milieu du lac, c'est magnifique, les grottes de Postojna. Et là où je vais, Novo Mesto, le vin et la nourriture, donc c'est parfait. Listen guys, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Voilà,
Thank
for
you.
everything.
Thank you.
That was really nice meeting you. I wish you the best of luck, as we say in French, bonne chance. How do you say in Slovene?
Srečno.
Srečno to you, and no problem. I'll see you on Saturday on the big stage.
Okay. Well, thank you very
Thank
much
you.
for your confidence.
Merci.
Yeah.
Merci.